All right, we're back. It's another episode of Different Kind of Genius. Yeah, it's been a minute. Coronavirus kicked us out of the studio, but after 3 long months, we're finally back. So, yeah, sorry for the apologies. That doesn't even make sense, but we weren't here, and we're here now. We'll get business rolling as usual. Things are going to look a little bit different because I had 3 months off, so I actually had the time to think about what I actually want to do. I'm a bit nervous. That's why I can't even do my own introductions because it's been so long. But snap. I hope everyone stayed well. I hope everyone stayed blessed. And I hope we're all still working. If not, shout out to Centrelink for sponsoring everyone. And big ups to all our other sponsors. I won't say their names because I haven't confirmed anything, so I'm not sure who they are. But they'll pop up everywhere. But time to get into things, just like it's business as usual. This time, I got one of the homies with me. He's almost like the big brother I wish I had growing up, because if I did, life probably would have looked a bit different. But with me today is Q. I'll let Q introduce himself properly because that's his nickname. But here with me today is Q. So what's up?
Man. So, look, man, first of all, thanks for having me a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you call me, you say I'm like a big bro, but I see it as, it don't matter how old somebody is.
Facts.
You can learn from them regardless. And just like you may have learned some stuff from me in the time that we've known each other, I've learned a lot from you. So it's, if anything, it's a brother, period. You know what I mean? So, but for me, man,
yeah, tell the people, bro, what do you do?
We spoke, me, I sell land. I guess I'm in real estate, if you want to call it that. I sell land for a developer, Villawood and Mount Denise. So I do that. That's my everyday grind. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what put food on the table, feed the family. I enjoy it. Like, it's always something different, always dealing with different people. So, like, for me, I'm a people person. So, like, as long as I'm interacting with people and I feel like my job is my job, but I'm a part of a major decision in somebody's life. Like, buying a crib is big. Like,
what's buying a home, bro?
Yeah, like, you're building your future, most importantly, but you're spending a lot of money. Like, you about to go into debt for the rest of
You're signing your soul away for a lot of money.
This is like, we buy a crib, damn, we got to budget on babies and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it gets hectic. But for that, I try to make it as calming and as exciting for the purchaser. It's already exciting, but it's like, yo, I do it from a morally ethical place. Like, I'm not finna just sell you something just to sell you something.
Facts.
Like, I'm gonna sell you whatever information you give me, I'm gonna sell you to my ability. And if I don't have something, I'm not afraid to say, hey, look, maybe this place might have something that's gonna fit your budget. But if you push me, want to be in the estate, I'm like, look, these are the things that you should probably think about. Like, what if you do have kids? Like, what if y'all get married? Or what if, you know what I mean? Like, something crazy happens and your circumstances change. You don't want to have that over your head of thinking like,
debt.
I can't afford this. So for me, it's more so not guiding people because, look, people are going to do what they want. But just being a person that I care about everybody that steps in front of me. I want to, first of all, give you the best experience. And I want to learn from you as much as you learn from me, you know what I mean? Like, I talk to people, I get to talk about people about anything. Like, and my thing is, like, I don't try to sell people. I'm like, let's build a rapport. Like, what's y'all plans? Like, what's your plan? You a first home buyer, young kid. I first of all tell them, shit, bro, I wish I was you.
Yeah, facts.
Like, 18-year-olds, man, coming in like, yep, I got 30,000 saved up. I'm like, you're the one. Like, you are the
kid.
man. Like, how did you do it? You know what I mean? But it's more so like, yo, that's amazing. And it's empowering for kids and as young adults and everything, like older couples and things like that. I like to build a rapport and know who they are. Like, what's coming next? Like, you got a house? Like, what's the plans? Like, what do you want to do? Do you want a house just to have a house? That's cool. Or are you building a portfolio? Or are you downsizing to retire? Or are you trying to build a family? It's more so building rapport. And that's how you get to learn people, bro. I feel like the most amazing lessons you learn in life are from people. Good, bad, or indifferent. That's what life is about. Like you can learn more from people, I feel, than you can do books at certain point, like school and things like that. Like it just teaches you more so about people that you're going to interact with and how to adjust to different points of views, like backgrounds, things like that. Like
Well, it teaches about people, bro.
People. And we all come in contact with somebody different every day. You're around the people that you're around all the time, but in your day-to-day exchanges, you go with different people. Somebody might be in a bad mood. You learn how to react to that just in case you meet somebody and you're like, hey, what's going on? And they snub you. You like, well, forget you.
Yeah.
But they might just be having a bad day.
And it's being able to identify that. You're like, oh, he kind of looks like my mom when I do this, this, and that.
Yeah.
It's like, stay away from them.
Right. It's like, okay, you not having it.
Yeah.
I'm cool on that. But like my job, man, I do enjoy what I do. You know what I mean? And I feel like I got a higher purpose in a sense, because I do want to, I feel like I'm in the service business. And I'm in the business of helping wherever I can. You know what I mean? Whether it's like talking to somebody that, like, I get crazy people like go through divorces and they got to buy a house now when like they're separating from their significant other. They have to then set up their new life. And people come in and they just want to talk to somebody.
Yeah, facts.
And I'm like, I'm holding therapy, which I'm cool with. Because I feel like if you feel like you can talk to me about it, I feel like I should listen and actually give you my ear to listen to and actually care. And that's, I think, in times like this now, a lot of people,
Bro, that's fundamental.
don't care. Like, they don't have whether it's the patience or the even care. They just don't care a lot. You know what I mean? And that's a lost art, man.
Bro.
Like, it takes nothing to be nice to somebody. It takes nothing to listen. Because if you listen, you might learn something.
Facts.
People don't understand that. But, like, with my job, I enjoy that aspect of it. Like, yes, it's a career. Yes, I make great money. But all of that, to me, is like, I've been always, like, determined. You know what I mean? Like, I play sports. I've always been competitive, like, things like that. But I feel like all of that, I got to a point where it was like, I don't need to be the basketball player guy anymore. I don't need that label
Facts.
to make myself feel like I'm worth something.
Well, it feeds ego for one.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I play sport.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's what I grew up on. It was like, where I'm from the States, and like I'm from Pennsylvania, and like my background is you either play sports, like, yeah, you go to school, but you're going to school to play sports.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? Or one of the other two where it's like, bruh, it's trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's like either you on the corner or you in and out of prison for stupid shit. So it's like sports was my outlet. Like, sports is what kept me out of trouble most of the time. You know what I mean? But it was something that I got to a point where it was like, damn, y'all just expecting me to play sports. Like,
And that expectation's so dangerous as well.
man, expectations is a killer.
But it's the worst problem when, this is just now me reflecting on myself, expectation from other people that aren't your parent or guardian.
Yeah.
Like, you literally come off the basketball court, random stranger grabs you by the side, you're like, wait, next time do this, this, this.
Yeah.
And you're just like, who are you? You know,
Like, where did you come from?
literally. And it's like, is this the first game you've watched, or is this something you do regularly?
Right,
Like, do
right.
you really care?
Right. And then it's also expectations from family. That's the biggest thing. Because, like, your immediate family, your parents, they expect this from you. Or if they did it, they expect you to go down that path. And you're just always chasing something
Their
for them.
accomplishments.
And, like, wanting to impress them. That's the worst. Because it's like you end up like, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. You know what I mean? So, and that's how I felt with sports. My dad played sports. Like, he was good. Like, he was on Sports Illustrated, blah, blah, blah. Like, he was nice. Like, he played he's from Pittsburgh. He played against like Dr. J, like old school. Probably listeners probably don't know who that is. If you don't know,
If you don't know who Dr. J is and you talk to me about NBA,
go Google him. But he's a legend. You know what I mean? He played against my dad. Like my dad was that guy in Pittsburgh, and it was like more so me when I got good, and I was like showing promise. Like my dad was pushing me, but it was like, I expect you to do it, so I'm not gonna work you out, like personally. It wasn't like, I felt like it wasn't like you expected me to be good because I'm your son, so you was like, I'm trusting you to do it.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
That's better than trying to live through you.
Yeah, but in a sense, it's like, well, bro, work out with me.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? It's like on that level. Don't expect it from me. Cause shit, if I'm doing it, you want your folks in the crowd like cheering you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, we worked on this move 20 times. And I seen friends that grew up and they pops was in the gym at practice. It was at times where I was like, damn, like your pops can chill a little bit.
True.
You know what I mean? But it's a balance.
Yeah, but then when you don't have it at all,
And you don't have it at all,
too
it's
much,
like, bro, I'm going to the gym because I'm pissed off you ain't there. And that's how I'm getting good, through aggression. I'm pissed off. And now I'm going on the court like, I'm going at all of y'all because I'm mad now.
You know what just made me, I just flashed back on that. Because I remember that same time as well, having the parents from other kids who just did too much.
Yeah.
But I was that parent when was that kid when my parents just weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
I seriously hurt myself twice. No time a parent was around. Like, you know, strangers are
Right,
like,
bro,
can
right.
we call an ambulance? You're like, I don't know if I have ambulance cover.
Yeah.
They're like, where's your mum? And I'm like, I'm here with my dad and I don't know where he
Right,
is.
bro. Look, I remember one story, bro, and I don't remember the whole thing because I ended up having a concussion and a seizure. Like, they thought I was
True.
going to die. Like,
You had a seizure.
yeah, in the middle of the game, like, it was like, this is what it was. Like, I'm gonna be real with it. This is what it was. So we playing in like the mountains, some bumfuck middle of nowhere, like in the mountains. We hooping, and I go down. Throughout the game, I'm getting chatted to. Like, we in the middle of nowhere. Like, these, we already know what's going on. So we like, bro, they gonna say some stupid shit, and it's gonna be what it is. So we hooping, and it was these two twins on the other team. And they was just yapping. And I'm like, so I go to my boy and I was like, bro, I'm about to dunk on both of them. And we go, I'm driving the lane, I'm running the wing, and I cut through, grab the ball, and I go up. And I just remember one of them just rolling my legs from under me, and
Yuck.
the other one jumped and grabbed me from the top. And then the next thing I remember is waking up, my best friend was crying, the coach was crying. And I'm like, what's up with y'all? And they just like everybody's just staring at me, like, what just happened? And they get me up and they put me onto the sideline, and they're like, bro, just sit there. And I'm like, I'm ready to go back in the game. What y'all talking about? Like, what happened?
True.
And then I see like paramedics come through. One of my homies on the team, his mom and dad, like, we 2 hours away from the crib. His mom and dad had to drive me, call my mom and dad, and say, meet us at the hospital. I ended up spending a day in the hospital and then went to the crib, and they like, and I'm like joking with them. I'm like, bro, y'all some hoes. Y'all was crying. Like, what's wrong with y'all? They was like, bro, like, you was like foaming at the mouth, dog. Like, we thought you was dead. Your eyes rolled in the back of your head. We was trying to wake you up. And I was like, at the time, you young, you don't really care. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, whatever. But I think at that point, it was like more so, it was like, I got hesitant a little bit after that.
Oh, it fucked with you.
It messed with me a little bit, you know what I mean? And not to have, like, that's when I would need somebody to be like, bruh, you good. Like, shake it off. Like,
How'd you find that
come
again?
up. Being pissed off.
Interesting.
Being pissed off. And it was a different instance. I had a coaching change my senior year of high school. So it was like, I went into high school, like, I always felt like I was the underdog. Like, I was cut from my freshman year, my freshman year basketball team.
Explain, like, People wouldn't even know what freshman means.
Yeah, so like year 9.
Yep.
So like your first year of high school, basically for us, is year 9. So I was cut from my, was it freshman? No, I played freshman. I cut from my sophomore year.
And that's year 10?
Year 10. So so where I'm from is like you got the private school where all the rich kids go, and then you got the public school, and they right up the street from each other. So we got to pass the rich kids to go home every day, and they say little slick shit. We say little slick shit. It's on and popping. And they get out of school 15 minutes after. So as we coming up the street, they getting out of school. So it's like always tension. It's the funniest thing. We never did no stupid stuff, bro, but we wasn't playing neither. If y'all say something, okay, well, come on down the hill. Because it was on the hill. Like, they school was at the top of the hill. And so it was like, forget y'all. Coming. Like, in the football teams was rivals. Like, because they had a great football program in the private school, and we had a great football program. So you got NFL players and big dogs coming out of each school. So it was the rivalry, you know what I mean? So
which just feeds that tension.
Yeah, it feeds it. And it's like, it's a rivalry. It is what it is. Like everything else. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a racial rivalry. It was just like sports. You know what I'm saying? It was like, we know where we stand. So I went to the public high school for 2 years, and it just got too crazy. So my mom and dad was like, bruh, shit's getting wild. Like, you gotta run from gunshots in school, like after school, like people getting stabbed. Like, we gotta get you out of that.
That's high school in America.
Yeah,
isn't it?
like I remember, like, and this is like, I don't want to go too deep, but I remember like my math teacher being like a drug addict, bro. Like, she was a crackhead, and we would like take her car. Like math class, and let alone math class, bro. And in our math, like our school it was getting remodeled. It was an older school. It got remodeled. We was in like little trailers, like, you know how
like
the construction
portable buildings,
portable joints that they be in when they do like big construction sites. We was in that trying to learn with like 20 kids in there. Bro, we not with a crackhead for a math teacher, bro. We not finna do that. Like, and we like, and to say it, bro, when I look back at it, I remember taking one test, and I had like 106% in the class, and I took one test. I was like, how did I do 106? Like, you got to do extra for the 6 points. And it was like, she would give us her car for drugs. It was like, I was like, bro, this is a zoo.
Literally.
I was like, we in a zoo, bro. Like, this is crazy. And you don't think about the intricacies of it when you're that age. As you get older, I'm like, looking back, I'm like, I get it now.
What happened to her?
I don't know.
She probably just fucking carried on, huh?
She's probably, I don't know. Like, to be honest, like, because I actually left. Like, my sophomore year, I got cut from the basketball team, and like it all kind of happened. It was like basketball season, like before, like tryouts, and then my mom and dad was like, look, bro, you going down to the other school. Like, we're putting you in the Catholic school, get you out of the bullshit. So I'm like, damn, all my homies is at the public school. I do got a few homies at the private school as well, but all of my dogs is at the public school. So I'm like, damn, like, we finna, like.
Same shit happened to me. I made that transition. I'll never forget walking in, and those small group of homies that I had were the first ones to see me at that school.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, this is 3 of them. I was like, I had a whole gang.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I've got 3 homies. Shit.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, so this is what it's gonna be. But my dogs was always, they'd say jokes. Like, Q, I'm gonna rip your tie off when I see you.
Bro, it's because you go to that Catholic public school. It's like, I hope Jesus is helping you.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I'm still the same.
Right, I'm like, bro, we about to go to your crib now. Like, I'm coming down the steps. Like, what's going on?
It's like, this is day 2 at this school.
Yeah.
My uniform changed. That's it.
That's it, bro. But it was always love, you know what I'm saying? And, but I will say that, like, the transition opened my eyes. To like the world that I would be living in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah,
if I didn't go to that school, to be honest, I probably wouldn't know how to how to navigate myself through life. And I can tell because a lot of my friends that stayed in the public school don't know how to communicate and do the shit that I do.
Bro, that's come back to those 3 things I was telling you about once upon a time.
Yeah. Like, for real. So it's like, it was an ultimate gift for me. Even though, like, going to the public school, it was new. Like, the whole thing was crazy. Like, we had, and I grew up in a Christian household. Like, I went to church and shit as a kid. Like, now...
Are you doing that with your family?
What's that?
Are you doing that with your family?
Nah, not so much. Like, because of me, it's like I'm older now, so I weigh things up a bit different.
And you've got other ways to show them that same experience, I guess, too.
It's like, and religion and that, I don't like going into it because it's...
long.
Like the world don't need no more diversion. Like, we don't need no more diversity. Like, whatever you do, that's what you do. I don't knock nobody for nothing. What I say, you can take it with a grain of salt. It works for me. And that's how I say it. It's like, it works for me, so I can't really knock you. I'll talk to my grandmother who's 91, and she'll say, "Oh, you found a church yet?" I'm like, "Come on, Graham, that ain't going down, Graham."
You're like, "Graham, I got one day off and it's Sunday. Like, allow me."
Grams, I love you, Graham. Pray for your boy if you want to. Like, that, I appreciate it. But that's grandmoms. Like, you ain't finna change them. They done lived 91 years, and I'm not finna change you because you got a lot of wisdom that you done taught me over the years that I still take. So, but yeah, back to the story. So, I went to the private school, and that opened my eyes. It was like, it was all white school. To be real, like, it was all white. It was maybe 20 black kids in the whole school. It was like 12 of us that was like from the hood. And that, like, it was like, bro, like, you could tell.
You're in a different environment.
You could tell. Like, it was like everybody got on like the duck bill shoes, like the press shirts. We got on.
Oh, like that shit's ironed and clean.
Yeah, like we got on Tim's. Like, they didn't, like, it was so crazy because the principals and that didn't know. They didn't look at our shoes. Like, we had to wear dress shoes. Like, that was a rule. And a tie. We had on Tim's. Like, we would wear black pants in winter, light pants in the summer. So we would have black Tim's in the winter, and they wouldn't know the difference. So we still was comfortable. Like, we had our own thing with it, but it was just like, bro, I'm not wearing no dress shoes to school every day, bro. I'm not.
Bro, don't even.
You got me chopped. I'm not doing
that. Just causes a bunch of flashbacks. For me, like, I literally, it's so funny, and I didn't know this about you either, but I literally experienced that same transition. Halfway through, then there was this point, like, I actually got fucking kicked out.
Yeah.
And then made the transition to private school.
Yeah.
But then just the school shoes. In year 10, I was size 14.
Yeah.
And this is back before, like, postage was what it was.
Yeah.
So I could never have school shoes. So every day, argument as soon as I get to school about wearing my shoes.
Yep.
And then come year 12, it stopped.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it took you 2 years before you got it?
I wasn't going to do it. Yeah. Like, we would wear black Air Force Ones. Anything all black that we knew we could get away with. Like, my friend, I remember my boy, my best friend, his name's Quentin too, crazy. And he would wear, like, patent 11, like when the Gammas first came out, the patent leather 11s. And he wore those, and I was like, bro, you got on, like, patent leather shoes. You don't think they're about to notice that? He's like, nah.
Nah.
Sister pulls him up. Where's your dress shoes at? He was like, sister, do you see these? I'd never forget. He's like, do you see these? It's like, these is the 11s, not wearing nothing else. She was like, well, you're going to be in attention. He was like, I'm going to be the flyest one in that mother. Yeah, and I was like, bro, you stupid, yo. You stupid. But it was like that school, for what it was, my experience, I had good experience, bad experience, but it got me ready. For what? Like, my parents taught me, and they told me, this is what you're going to need to expect. This is how you can react, but this is how
you should react.
You know who you are.
That's real.
That's one thing my parents instilled in me. It's like, this is who you are. You don't have to shy away from it. People either accept it or they don't. The ones that accept it, cool. Ones that don't, stay away from them. You don't have to be this macho dude. You don't got to be the toughest guy in the room. Go to where you're celebrated, not tolerated.
That's like the realest thing in the world,
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And that's how I moved my entire life. And I had instances where I was tolerated, and I was like, and I gave them all, I was like, look, this could go either way. You can chill out and go about your business, or we can make it something. And it wasn't like I was being tough, but it was like, I'm not gonna take no shit, but I'm not gonna act out of just reaction just to react because I'm embarrassed. Or I think that people were like laughing. Cause I was like, bro, what can you say to me? What can you say to me?
None of that. What is what you're saying? How's that really going to impact me?
And you're mad at me for what? Because she likes me, and not you.
That's why
not
you're
my
mad.
fault.
Yeah,
like,
I am mad.
Has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? And I had, and it got me. It opened me up to another sense of. It opened me up to another mindset. Because I had one of my best friends, who's a white dude, family. It showed me that, like, I knew color didn't exist, but it showed me color didn't matter.
It's so funny that you mentioned that, because it would have been different over there in the States. But then, like, fuck. And I was actually, like, I was listening to someone I really look up to, and he was talking about it. It was so hard for me to see that color because where I was from, the kids in the hood,
yeah,
they were white.
Right.
Like, I was the only black one there because I was the only black kid, like, in that city. Yeah. But I was looking around and I was like, if there was a definition for how niggas behaved, like,
yeah.
And I was like, there's not
You're
one.
the definition.
Yeah. And I was like, there's not one person in this room that can say it. I was just like, oh, okay. And then moving away from that, and then seeing like people and how they try and create that divide. Yeah. I'm like, nah, there's white boys out here doing fuck shit, and there's black boys out here doing fuck shit.
Yeah.
And there's every form of race out here doing fuck shit.
There's always going to be somebody doing wrong, but what's wrong is to put everybody in that pot. Everybody's not like that. Like, why can't we agree everybody's not like that? And why can't we see that what's wrong is wrong?
Bro.
Like, what's wrong is wrong. It's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's wrong. Like, look, I can go into that because I'm dealing with that right now.
Do it, because I think that I was going to say, I was like, watch this barely 20 minutes. It's like, here we go. Hold on, but before we do that, Liam, we turn the sound off on one of these cameras from that live radio shit, and it's going to fuck us. If you can figure out which... It'll be all right. Yeah. It'll be all right. Don't stress, bro. I was just like, at least we needed to make sure the second half's got audio on.
Yeah.
Nah, but fuck. Do you remember where we were? Wait, no, before we get into that, give us a quick 2 cents on the walk with me.
Oh, yeah. So, like,
that's
walk with me.
really when I realized our paths were together.
Yeah. So, walk with me, bro. It was all my life, bro. I always, like, since social media, I was like, what could be a catchy way to incorporate my name in it without saying just Quentin Walker. Not say that I don't like my name, but just like Quentin. No one calls me Quentin. Like, it's Q. Like, I've been called Q Dog, Q Blocks. Like, I've had a bunch of nicknames. Yeah, it was like it
Q
went
Block
through
posted on the blog.
Yeah, like, it was crazy. But it was like because of it. Like, I got that one because of basketball. Because I like I was smashing shit. Like, nobody could get his shot up, and I was throwing your shit like crazy.
Yeah, but, like, I've called it midair and directed it.
Yeah, so it was like Q was my name. Like, since a kid, that stuck with me. My dad, uncles, and all that always call me Q. But Walker, I always, like, they would call me Q Skywalker too because I could jump. So I was like, Walker, that was always something, and I would always like use like my Instagram name was Walk This Way. It's like, it's not like walk this way. It's just like, it's just a punt. It's like a play on words. But walk with me, and in a sense, it's not so much of, I don't want people to focus on the walk with me as if I'm the answer. It's like I heard a quote and it was like, alone you can go fast, but you can go further together or go far together. So it's like I've always in my life thought, damn, like if I had somebody to guide me in this direction, like how could life turn out? Or if I had somebody give me advice on this, how could that turn out? So it's more so like it's a joint collective. It's like you on your own path, I'm on my own path, they on their own path. Shit, let's figure it out together.
Like it's easier.
Yeah, like you got some answers that I might, like you got questions I might need answers to. I got answers too. I might have answers that you, like shit that you can need answers to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was a form of like a collective, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, my thing is to inspire the uninspired.
Inspire the uninspired.
So it's like a glimpse of something in me, somebody, if I can say something to somebody on their day-to-day life that could change their outcome. My mother always used to tell me, she was like, son, you smile at everybody. Because no matter what you're going through, somebody might be going through something worse. And that stuck with me. So like, whether I'm in a good mood, bad mood, whatever, I smile. And it makes you feel better. Like it does. Like smiling, if you fake smile for a certain amount of time, like at least for me, it's like, oh yeah, well, fuck. I'm actually all right now.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like it does. And people gravitate towards that. It's like somebody might be having the worst day to you. If you smile, it's like, oh damn, like he smiled at, like that was nice. He smiled at me. And then they might smile at somebody's having a bad. So it's like, I'm an optimist, bro.
It's
like,
perfect, like as long as you're when you're engaging with people.
Yeah.
But like the times, because I was just thinking about that. And I
yeah, you're not just gonna sit there and smile at a wall.
Be on like my real depressed shit in the shower, just like.
Yeah, like, and I'm not saying that life is going to come at you, but it's how you going to react to it.
Facts.
Like, you can be depressed and be depressed, like, oh, fuck, what's going to go wrong next? Or you can be depressed, realize that, and say, all right, like, the show must go on, bro.
Yeah, just sit with it just for a little bit.
Sit with
understand
it.
why.
Understand
you feel like
why,
that.
get it, assess it, and keep going. Don't take it out on the world because the world doesn't care and the world doesn't know about your problems. It's not helping you to portray that to the world and push that on the world and expect a reaction that you're only going to be disappointed with.
That you are going to be disappointed with.
You're going to be disappointed because you're expecting someone to react to you who doesn't know you, doesn't know what you're going through, doesn't know what you've been through, and doesn't care most of the time. So with me, walk with me is just that. It's like walk with me. It's not like life is not a race. It's a marathon. And why not enjoy the view along the way?
Big up Nipsey.
That's my dog.
But then that's why I thought this combination needs to happen.
Yeah.
Because essentially, you're on this walk with me.
Yeah.
And mine's more like, we're different kind of geniuses, so it's like, we can go this way and be fine.
Yeah.
But essentially, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Just saying it in a different way.
Like, what I like about your joint, different kind of genius, first of all, that's a tough acronym in the name as well. Like, dkOG. I was like,
bang, bang.
I was like, cuz got something with that. I was like, that's tough. But it was, I was doing my thing, and then I met you, and I'm like, oh, shit, like, he got his own thing going on. And it's like, I get that. When you said it, I was like, different kind of genius. Duh. For real.
Facts, man.
I was like, no brainer. Okay, there we go. And I was like, that's tough. And there's no, like, I feel like everything happens for a reason.
It does.
I do feel that. Like, good, bad, or indifferent. Like, shit's happened to me in life where it's like, at the time, I was like, why is this happening to me? But if you knew the answer to everything, would it be worth it? Like, if you knew what to expect out of life,
You wouldn't have fun.
You wouldn't have anything to look forward to. Good, bad, or indifferent. The bad shit that happens to you makes you stronger person. A lot of people think that bad just happened to them. Good, bad, or indifferent, whether you understand it or not, it's a lesson in that somewhere. It's up to you to find it. I'm getting preachy, but that's what my shit is.
That's the truth, bro.
Explain that to people.
But sometimes we forget.
Yeah.
And I know, like, me and myself, it's like, fuck, here we are again, about to go down the coronavirus rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But when coronavirus came, like, that fucked my shit up.
Yeah.
You lost everything at once.
Yeah.
You lost your job.
Yep.
You lost the studio space. And it was all on that same day.
Yeah.
Like, my day only just started, wake up, 9 o'clock, can't use the studio. I bet. 10 o'clock, yeah, all that work's done indefinitely. You're like, I've now woken up and I ain't got shit to do. Like,
I've got ample time.
yeah, literally. You're like, I had all these things to do, but now all of a sudden it's all out the window.
Yeah.
2 weeks go by and you're like, all right, still ain't nothing to do.
Yeah.
3 months go by and you're like, well, fuck me. I now wake up, I now go to bed at 5 a.m. and I wake up at like 3. I'm just like, this needs to turn around like real soon.
Yep.
And it's just in that whole time, you just forget. You forgot about all the bullshit that you've been through that really should have kept me grounded and going that right way.
Yeah.
But because I just allowed myself to forget, allowed myself to just get caught up in all the bullshit, like that was a bad problem as well. Like,
You had too much time on your hands.
yeah, facts. And coronavirus felt more real because of social media.
Right.
Like there was, I think 2 weeks in, I just like deleted Instagram and Facebook for a bit. And I was like, coronavirus ain't real right now.
Right. Right. I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, you're like,
In the crib.
but just all that negative energy coming from there, just like, it just all added up.
And it does, like energy's a real thing, dog.
Bro, I knew energy was a real thing, but the fact that energy can be transferred through phones pissed me off.
Yeah. It's like, damn it, I can't get away.
Yeah, like
Can't get
literally,
away.
you're like, I can do my best avoiding people, but
Yeah.
the energy's still gonna come my way.
Yep.
And it's like, and when everybody's coming with that energy, you're like, fuck.
Yeah. And when you don't got no out, like, you don't got no outlet to like go outside. Like, yeah, you can go out to like your porch or whatever, but if you don't have the outlet to go out and like turn off a little bit, you know what I mean? It becomes like it consumes you a little bit.
Q, even simpler than that. I think I always knew, but like this whole period really confirmed it for me. I think I do need there's a part of me that needs to connect with as many homies as I can, at least once a week.
Yeah.
And it's like when I don't have that, it's like, it just affects you.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was weird because you didn't really acknowledge it at first, but you're like, fuck, I actually just really want to see the homies. You're like,
Yeah.
You're like, that's
but
all.
it's like, it's in the right mindset as well, bro. Like, don't come around me talking about your shit,
No.
your problems. Like, let's just talk about, like, what we gonna do when we out of this.
Well, let's just try and pretend life is as normal as it
Yeah,
possibly
like,
is.
let's make it the best, the most positive we can. You know what I mean? Because it's already, like, we getting together because we feeling shit. Let's not make it shit
Like, we know
all
this.
together. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, we know it. We're dealing with it. We're here. Let's make the most of it. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. Is like, yes, it's good to be around people, but the positive, like the right people. Cause like like your friends and your associates, they have the biggest impact on you.
They do.
You know what I mean? Like, if you dealing with something, you don't want to necessarily have more piled on you, because you take that on, because that's your friend. You care about them. You care about what they're going through, but you going through something too. So it's like, I don't want to hear that right now. Yeah,
it's like,
you
as
know
hard
what
as
I
it is,
mean?
it's like, I've got my own shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's what created the difficulty.
Yeah.
Because when people ask you, like, what's happening? You're like, nothing.
Yep.
They're like, nah. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, nothing.
like zero.
Yeah, like, I don't have shit to tell you. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, bro, I'm doing the same thing as you.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? He's
Right.
like, nothing. I'm like,
Da-da! You figured it out.
yeah, like, what answer were you really expecting?
and that's crazy, because like, on the other hand, on my end, I was like, thankfully, Like
Yeah,
life was going on. And for me, it was Corona. For me, was like, okay, I can live with this. I was
because
at
you're
home.
getting everything you want.
Yeah.
Working from home, no more childcare. You're just like, fuck, this is win-win-win.
I was like, shit, my son and wife at home. I'm working all the time, any goddamn way. I get to work from the crib, waking up, going for a walk. Like, we live at Anglesey, like going for a walk down to the beach, chilling with them, do a little bit of work, chill with them. So I was like, shit, I get used to this.
That's big pimping.
Yeah, I was like, this is tough. We was loving it, you know what I'm saying? But we still understood what was going on. But it was like, look, I was
fortunate. So
yeah, I was like, bro,
upset.
I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? I was like, people were like losing their jobs. And for a second, I was like,
Maybe.
babe, like, shit might get real. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit might get real. Because my job was, they called me and was like, yeah, so everybody in the head office is doing, like, they're taking 20% pay cuts. But we not touching the salespeople. And I was like, you goddamn right you're not. Because y'all need us.
Facts.
Like, we the ones that's the bottom line. Like, if we stop, everything stops. So you better have my chicken ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was still productive, but it was like,
It was my kind of productive.
yeah, it was like, I'm going to get my shit done, but at my pace. And we were still selling, thankfully, you know what I mean? And that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and that got me a new perspective from working from home. It's like, bro, I really don't actually need to sit in the office all day. Like, I could actually communicate with, like, it just showed where technology and that's going as well.
Bro, but it's going to change things. Because think about it. Now, if I'm a large organization, if I'm sitting there, I'm like, do I really need to have 220 employees here at once?
Right, and all this rent I'm paying for this building.
Or can I halve that, have them rotate, and then save myself bank on rent?
Right.
It's like these people are going to be just as efficient at home anyway.
Right.
And then they come in and do their shit when they need to.
Yep, those that survive this virus, company-wise and corporation-wise, they're going to make the changes. They be stupid not to. Because the overheads, it lowers your overheads.
Well, they have to already. Like, it's still business as usual for some, but there's still so many other places that are just slowly open and slowly adapting. Like, it's like, keep up or don't.
Right. You got to move with the times or not. And then I was thinking to myself, it was like, if you didn't, like, if you were out of it, like, and this is just me thinking and talking, but if you was in the corona pandemic virus, whatever you want to call it, you was at home and you have not come up with at least one idea to make some money, that was a waste of time for you. And that's just me. Like, for me, that was just me.
Yeah, like, like for some people, it's what do you want to do?
It's like, what do you want out of life? I get that, but if you hated your job before Corona and you didn't do something to change your position or get yourself in a better position after the Corona, to be like, I started an online business, making as much as I was. Because Amazon and them still got rich.
Bro.
Like, they was getting rich. So what was your excuse?
Like, literally, and then, but it, you know what was so sad? Because that's how you should be thinking all the time. But the fact that it was forced on you just made shit get real. Yeah. You're like, oh, I need to start selling some shit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're like, I lost my job. Like, you're sitting here and you're like.
But it even for me, like, even though I was working, I still thought, like, I didn't like that feeling of, like, bro, you could lose your job. You don't got, like, not that I was afraid, because I was like, I know I'll be okay. Like, I know I can make some things move just out of pure determination. But it was more so like, I like spending time with my family. Why can't I find something and be my own boss and spend more time with them?
Bro, we had this conversation. We just can't share it right here.
Yeah, so it was like, this is the perfect time.
Facts.
You know what I mean? It was like, yes, like, okay, let's find it. And I went 10 times harder with Walk With Me. And I felt like this was the time people needed to hear what I was putting out.
Bro, you and me both. But then there was just, like that time period was just hard.
Yeah.
Like, because it was like, fuck, I could do this in my shed.
Yeah.
But like for those that like support us, Different Kind of Genius Radio, that shit was hard. But logistically, professionally, and how I wanted to move, it just didn't align.
And that's okay too.
But just like, I mean, I wanted to keep doing Different Kind of Genius still, but it was already a difficulty because you couldn't have guests over, because you couldn't record it, because then it's just red hot, it's just self, like, you literally just like, you might as well call the police and like, yo, I do this. It comes out every week. Don't be there. And it's like, I don't have any time for that. And then it was, because you were so fucked up mentally, you just didn't have shit to talk about. And anything you were going to say, you were just like, you won't hear it.
Yeah. But you know what? In times like that, bro, you just got to talk because everybody's listening. And no matter if you got something to say or not, you going to have something to say because people were thinking the same way you were at that time. And they was just looking for somebody to fuck around.
Facts.
Like, you didn't have to say much. It was like, it's better than watching the bullshit that was on there, the depressing shit. Might as well watch Dre talk about whatever.
Facts.
It was like, and that's how I took it. It was like, well, shit, I'm putting out something other than was Corona. Like,
but you had your juices that kept your brain.
Yeah,
in
like
that
I had my networking. You're right. Yeah, I had that.
Like, for me, that creativity just wasn't there.
Yeah.
So you're like going to say something. Like my head was like, I don't have shit to say. Like literally, like your logic, your thinking was, you're like,
yeah.
And the fact you couldn't have people over, like right now, this is a vibe.
Yeah.
Like we got Social Bite out here doing these fucking big things that you'll see
Big
eventually.
Dog, that's it, big dog.
And then I have my partner in crime. And then just not even having him to, like, if it was just me and him, I could bounce off him all day.
Yeah.
But he sent me a message after the first week. He's like, yo, Dad said I can't go nowhere. And I'm like,
damn, Dad.
I'm like, I got to do all the production, all the ideas, and then all by myself. You're sitting here and you're like, and I'm not going to lie, all that Zoom stuff just wasn't it.
Yeah.
Like those Zoom interviews and like, shout out to everybody that did them. But like for me, I've done one before.
Yeah.
And I just knew like, it would have been a great opportunity. Could have landed some big guests, blah, blah, blah. But for me, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like that's not
like
what I was doing for.
And it was and I'm projecting what I thought, which is my projection. People, like, you went through something different. I could say how I felt at that time because that was my circumstance. I was around loved ones, you know what I'm saying? I was in a happy space because I'm like, shit, if all else, at least I got my wife and kids with me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if all else, if I don't have a job, at least we together.
You got what matters.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we here. You ain't sick. He ain't sick. I'm not sick. Your family's not sick. My family ain't sick. Shit, ride it out.
Like, we straight.
Like, we good. Like, if all else. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess it's a little bit of that, too. It's the small things that you just, like, take away from it. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, but then there are positives.
Yeah.
Like, big up Centrelink. They got my clothing brand off the ground. I never had investments for that. I never had no disposable money. Centrelink going to throw me a bag. I'm like, boom.
But then it's that. Like, people got the Centrelink, not saying, like, spend it on what you want, but at least you used it to put yourself in a better position.
Well, I knew I had to, bro, because this shit's temporarily.
Yeah.
For me, in 6 months, like, so when they say in September, if they cut job seeker, fucking Centrelink, all that jazz, my job's not going to be ready by September.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo,
just out here.
Just
out here.
I'm like, yo, I need to start doing it now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be such an interesting time period. I know there's so many in the same position I am. Just know, come September, shit's going to change.
Yeah.
So it's on us to start preparing. Like 1200's so much a fortnight. But shit, if that only goes for another 6 to 8 weeks, and then it cuts to like 400 a fortnight.
It's that plan B.
Nah, I'm living different.
Yeah.
I'm living differently then. Like, nah.
But that's what you got to take from it, bro. At least you, in that mind frame, you could have blown the money on just some bullshit food or whatever, done stupid with it. But you was like, you know what? This is the perfect time to get the brand at least up and running, get the ideas on there, at least just get it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do it. Mm-hmm. It's your 1200. It's like, shit. this is it. Like,
Facts.
eat or be eaten, you know what I'm saying? So it worked.
And it's like, this is literally, like, now that we're approaching like a recession and shit, it's like, this is the last time someone's going to give you heaps of money for free for a very long time.
Everything else, you paying it back, brother. You paying it tenfold. And I looked at it, I was like, damn, Drake getting his shit off the ground. I need to get my shit together. I need to get my shit together. And that's the beauty of it. It's like, damn, like, I'm saying, we cool. And I was like, damn, you was showing me your shit. You was excited. Like, you was excited. You know what I'm saying? As you should be.
I remember
proud.
that time.
You should be proud of it. And I was like, geek for you. I'm like, hell yeah, bro, this is hard. Like, and we had the same ideas. I'm like, this is hard. I'm
Literally.
like, it wasn't like, oh, damn, Dre did it before me. No. Put it out there, bro. Like, your joint is tough. Like, get it out there. You know what I'm saying?
What the best thing was for that, I managed to sort it. You're like, yo, I need this sorted. I'm like, you just go boom, boom.
Right.
And you were just like, what? And I'm like, yeah, just boom, boom.
And I'm sitting here making it so much harder than it was. I was like, nah, I need this fabric. I'm trying to get some shit from, I had my man that worked for a clothing company. Shout out to my man G. I'm like, bro, y'all got some blanks? He's like, bro, that's not how this works. Like, I can't rip the logo off. I can't just say, hey, let's get 60 with our logo on it and then 60 without. He's like, bro, that don't work like that. I was like, why not? Why not? I like the way that hoodie fits, though. Like, get me that.
Yeah.
And then you told me about your joint, and I was like, well, shit, that's what I wanted in the first place anyway. I'm trying to go here and not even thinking, bruh, keep simple. Sometimes simple is better.
Bro, no, like, in times like these, got to keep it local.
Right.
Fuck, could try
And hold it down.
Yeah.
And I didn't even put that two together.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? And that opened my eyes like, damn, why not support a small business that needs it? You know what I'm saying? Why go feed the big dogs when they chilling on a yacht? Like, they isolation in the Maldives some damn weird.
Nah,
Where my man here got his clothing and he like, bro, I need some orders.
They sweating though. Because all those big people, like, they got all their shit like imported.
Yeah.
So now they've got the trouble of, well, fuck, people still want it.
Yeah.
How can I give it to them if I can no longer get my stuff imported?
Yeah, true.
So the beautiful thing is about us, like, just drive an hour,
Yeah,
20
down to
minutes
Melbourne. Then you told me it was in Melbourne. I'm sitting here trying to call. And remember I was telling you about the champions? I was like, bro, I got the hookup. He's like, yeah. I was like, but I got to go home to pick it up. He's like, that's cool before Corona?
Yeah.
They're like, we ain't flying nowhere no time soon. So I was like, okay, you right.
And the burden on that was, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. 3 times the price though. And I haven't even paid for my ticket. I'm like, no.
Q, this is getting way too expensive before we even do it.
I'm like, Q, we're not going to be selling nothing.
But that's the thing. It's like, that's what Walk With Me is. You got answers to questions that I have.
You know, and that's so, then this is why they're the perfect link, because that's what different kind of genius is. Everyone's telling me to do this. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm going this way.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is why now everybody's got to come because we don't have any other options. It's
right.
Like, thank you.
And that's what it is, bro. It's not so much and I hate, like, when, like, I hate that my way's the right way.
What do you mean?
Like, it's...
Oh, like your way's the only way type shit. Yeah, I'm with you.
It's like, not like it's a joint effort. Like, anything that was worth it was done collectively. Somebody may have had an idea, but they needed somebody to bring that idea to life.
Well, then, bro, it's simple. It's literally, it's resourcing. Like, bro, what did I tell you when we were setting up? I'm like, yeah, Liam's got this shit sorted.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if we need this extra shit, we call in Social Bite.
Yeah.
And then you're like, why? And then you're like, oh.
Right. And then I'm looking, I'm like, that's why.
Like,
and I'm like
watching
seeing everybody set up. And that's why I like to watch. Like, even when we were setting up, I like to watch. And I'm like, I'm sitting here and I feel useless because I'm like, bro, just if I can hold a light, I can screw something on, let me know. But I'm like, nah, I'm not touching shit because this shit looks way too much expensive. I was like, I'm not doing it.
Bro.
not doing it.
And it creates so much difficulty because sometimes...
Yeah, because y'all know what y'all doing. You're like, you get the fuck out the way.
And you
like, bro,
kind of like...
sit down.
But there are other people and they're just like, can I help? I'm like, bro, if you help, I'm not going to lie, you will just fucking slow it down.
Yeah, it's like me explaining it to you is going to take more than me just doing it myself. Just relax, bro. And I was like, okay. And I'm just watching. I'm like, that's why he does that. That's why I shouldn't touch that because he knows what he's doing. Dre know what he's doing. I'm going to sit here until somebody tells me, yep, Q, this is what we need you to do. It's like, we need you to sit the fuck down right now.
It's like, and
I'm
that's
cool
it.
with that. I'm cool with that. But yeah, man, like a lot of things.
But bro, the strength from that is ask for help when you need it.
Right.
Like, facts.
And that's what people don't do. And that's something that even I had to deal with. Because, like, growing up where I grew up, bruh, it was always taught to be strong, stand on your own too. You don't need nobody for nothing. As I got older, bro, I started learning, like, it's not that you need people for something, but there are people out there that got knowledge. Like, that's not, like, I don't need you monetarily or need you, like, physically. Share, like, you know some stuff that I don't.
Yeah, share it.
Share it.
And it's funny because as soon as you said that, like, that's where our existences get a bit different.
Yeah.
Because for me, like, it was always like the lone soldier.
Yeah.
But then I realized because I was always like that for so long, I was like, yo, like, if I know how to do some shit, there's no point in me learning how to do it.
Yeah.
If one of my homies knows how to do it,
Yep.
I'm going straight to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then that means I have to bring him in on it and he gets like whoop-de-whoop. It's like sick. But that makes more sense than me having to go and like learn a new skill.
Right. And that's how I think as well. And my thinking with it is I would rather pay somebody. I'm like, look, if I can pay you to do it, I don't need to learn how to do it.
But then like the thankful thing from my position was we would build together.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, you don't have money, I don't have money.
Yeah.
But I know if you do this with my idea, like,
we can get that money.
yeah, hopefully.
Right. If it's only $2, I got one, you got one. You know what I'm saying? And that's it what it is. That's what it is. And my thing was, it was like, and that's why I like that is because I don't expect, like, I'm always for the next person to win.
Mm.
It's no, damn, you going further than me. It's never been like that. Like, I don't care if you my worst enemy. I've never wished ill feelings or ill will toward you. For what? That ain't helping me. It's hurting me because now I'm putting my energy into wishing you do bad.
Mm.
I'm just killing myself. I want you to do good, bad, or indifference. How we rock, and you move into shit. You got to move in life in goodwill and good faith. Like, you don't move in ill will to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're only blocking shit for yourself. You're blocking blessings on yourself.
Facts. That's a good way to look at it. You're blocking blessings for yourself.
Yeah.
You are, though.
Move in the sense of don't expect anything in return. Do it because you know it's the right thing to do. That's anything in life.
And then, bro, don't expect things in return.
And don't expect it. Because you be like, damn, if you go into it, be like, damn, all right, if I do this for Dre, if I goddamn do this for Dre, hopefully he'll like give me a tip for the jerseys or something like that. And then I do it for you, like, thanks, Q, appreciate that, bro. I'm like, damn, Dre, you ain't gonna look out. It's not for that. Do it because you want to see this man progress.
No, but then my head just went to a situation that happened before we started recording.
Yeah.
And that homie who called you and he was like, huh?
Yeah, right.
And
I'm
that's
like,
an expensive fucker.
but I'm like, bro, nah, that was like we agreed on that.
Yeah, true,
that was
true.
different. It was like,
true.
bro, that was like on some, it wasn't like a contractual thing. It was a man agreement.
Mm.
And like, I went straight back home.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm coming to your house now.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I know where you live. Like, I'm coming. Like, that's a big deal to me. Like that, I need that. Like I
Don't
need
fuck
that
with my money.
And just the way the conversation went, but that's something else. But I was like, boy,
Nah, but like, I was just like, and it's you were right. That was an agreement.
it was an agreement, yeah. It wasn't like I did something for you and I respect something in turn. It was like, I'm doing this. Like we agree. Like it's tit for tat. It's like, okay, bro, look, you do this for me, I'm doing this for you. Which was an agreement. But things like this, like, that's business.
Yeah,
It's a difference between business and friendship. And you can join them together. But it's a friendship. I'm not expecting nothing from you. You not expecting nothing from me. It's like, bro, I like what you got going on. You like what I got going on. How can we help each other?
Facts.
Ain't no agreement. It's solid. I want you to blow as high as you can. You want me to blow as high as I can. It wasn't like, okay, bro, we know what we doing this for. We don't hang out. Like, I don't know nothing about you. You don't know nothing about me. But just know if this does not end the way it's supposed to, it's your ass.
That's a business agreement.
That's a disagreement. That's a disagreement.
No, that's a business agreement.
Yeah, that's a business agreement.
That's
Exactly. There's a disagreement on the business agreement. But look, man, what I learned out of all of that, and then it brought, like I was saying, like everything happens for a reason. Like I met you through Nas at the barbershop. I'm in his chair, and I'm just talking to him. We like getting to know each other, blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling him about my joint. He's like, you know who you should connect with? And I always thought in my head, I was like, bro, I can't, like, I'm doing it on my own, which is cool. Like, I was happy with it because, it was never something that I was, like, oh, I need somebody to do it with. And I had a homie that, like a friend of mine that I had brought in, but it kind of fizzled. And it was like I had went through something, like my daughter passed away. And I was just in a place, and I was in a place in mind and was just like, bro, you need to do this yourself. Like, you need this now. It was like, walk with me was for me.
Well, that's the definition of that.
Yeah, it was like keep myself going. So I was like, I can't, like, to try to have somebody else in it, on it, and like putting things together. It was like I had to go deep with it. You know what I mean? I had to figure it out for myself. And things happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's no ill feelings, you know what I'm saying? Like, he understands. I hope he understands. Like, no harm, no foul, you know what I'm saying? But it was just something that I had to do myself. And it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with that. And with something that you start, and I see how, like, cynical, like Steve Jobs was with Apple and things like that. Like,
You have to be.
yeah, because only you know how you want something to go.
But then it's, that's the truth. But you know what else?
Yeah.
It's only you that will blame if you fuck it up.
Yeah.
And it's only you that will award if you get it right.
Right. And it's like, and yes, you got the pieces that come into place, and they have their part. You know what I mean?
But they get their own wins or their own losses.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, with this, it was like, bro, I thought about this before it was a thing. Like, I had this in my head before it was what it was. I knew, like, I had, I didn't know what my purpose was. I thought my purpose was to be an athlete, because that's just how I was raised and what I grew up. I knew I was bigger than that, but it was the fear of disappointing everybody and, like, having people look at me like, Q, what the heck? Like, you in Australia, like, bro, you ain't playing international basketball, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, damn, bro, like, I'm actually, like, I can do other shit. Like, I always, like, as a kid, and it's funny how life comes full circle. As a kid, I remember, like, we had, in high school, we had Big Brothers or a mentor program. I did it. To be honest, it was like that point in my life, I didn't understand what I had or what I was doing. I was young. And I had a mentor that was a real estate agent because I was like, oh, I want to do real estate. I always knew I liked real estate. And this dude, nice dude, wherever you at, bro, if you see this, thank you, because I should have listened to you a long time ago. I should have not took that for granted, and I'm sorry. But like he took me into an abandoned house, and I'm like, bruh, this is some bullshit. Like, why am I in there? Not knowing that he was teaching. He was a black dude too. He was teaching me. I just wasn't ready to listen.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And it comes full circle. Because it's like, at this point, I'm trying to get back into my real estate and I'm seeing it and I can't move the way I want to move right now. But I could have been doing this years ago. But you can't dwell on that.
You can't be upset at that either.
And I wouldn't have appreciated it.
And then not only that, you wouldn't have learnt all the tools that you've got now.
Right.
And then, because I think about that as well, people like, fuck. And especially right now, I'm having some situations where like, I could have done that, but I was like, nah. But then I wouldn't have had all the information and just experiences I've collected along the way.
Yeah.
Whereas now, then I can go back and look at that and be like, yeah, if I got put in that position now, I'd do well.
Yep.
But throw me in that position when you wanted to originally, like, oh, I would have sunk this ship.
And it's cool to look back and like, damn, I wish I would, but you wouldn't have.
No, I would have sunk it hard.
You would have blew everything, and you would have been probably worse off than you are now. But then again, you might not have, because you would have learned from it back then.
But then I'm not unhappy that I said no the first time.
And I'm not dwelling on it.
Yeah, because it's like...
And that's the thing, it's like, okay, it came back around. It was meant to be, is meant to be.
And then the things that happen along the way would not have happened if I had stuck to that.
True.
Like,
your path's already written, bro. Whether you like it, whether you want to accept that or not, your path is written for you.
And I don't think I've ever shared this on camera as well. But like, I'm a firm believer of that as well. Like, we know both, like, matub. That's what that word translates to. Matub means like, it was written.
Yeah.
And I firmly believe that. Like, not fucking like religious in that way, blah, 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 blah. But if you stray away from that, life throws you these hard lessons to bring you back.
To bring you back.
And the more I strayed away, the harder like the hook was. And I was just like,
come back.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm not listening. It's like, yes, you are. And I'm like, all right.
All right, I surrender. I surrender.
I'm like, you can't fight the universe.
Right. And what started me on like the inspirational, motivational thing is like it was an older guy named Les Brown. I don't know if you heard of him. Les Brown, like he's like the godfather, like the motivational stuff. At least for me, because I related to him. He was funny, he was charismatic. He had stories that you felt and made you feel good, but he went deep into it. And he was like, life is gonna beat you down till you surrender. Like it will, bruh. It will. It's gonna beat you and beat you until you say, okay, I'll listen. Like, what you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? And you can fight it all you want. You can fight it till you blue in the face, but it ain't like you gonna go the path that's meant for you. You're going to. And if you try to stray away from it, you're gonna be worse off. You are. It's a fact. It is what it is, man. And I'm going through, like, and in life, like, not to, like, with everything going on, like the riots and everything like that, I didn't want to touch on, I didn't want to bring that in here, but...
Wait, but I think that's, like, if we're going to... We'll end on that negativity.
Yeah.
So, like, we're here now. Like, that's a fucking...
But it's not, I wasn't even going to go negative with it.
No, but it's not negative, but, like, it is.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, because it's something, like... And now I've gone... Or like, we're in the same place anyway.
Yeah.
But I was going to bring this up. When you were telling me about your high school experience.
Yeah.
Like what people getting twisted, I think, what's happening right now, we're labouring as a race war.
Yeah.
But it's really a problem with class.
Yeah.
And from what you said in your high school experience, because this is America.
Yeah.
Your public school, 95% black. Your private school, 15 black kids.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter now what class you're from. With what's going on over there, you've still got the same problem.
Yeah.
But it's just like we're trying to put a different label on it. That people are trying to say it's this, it's that.
And it's, bro, and to be honest, it's a class thing, but it's a part of it.
Yeah.
It's, bro.
It's the isms, bro. I call them the isms.
It's a lot deeper than that.
We divide with isms.
Yeah.
Racism, classism, like.
It's like, what's going on back home? They say riots. These ain't riots for real, bro. People, like, shoplifting. Like, I don't condone it. Like, and I think it's stupid that they're doing, like, shoplifting. But it's like the reason why this is happening, the reason why they're going so hard, they want to be heard.
They want change.
Change. And if y'all not going to listen, we gonna burn this bitch down then.
Bro, Dave Chappelle said like that 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
I said, man, what? Sorry if that's too loud.
No, it doesn't matter.
Bro, Dave Chappelle is this is everybody. Like, I feel like people are just now getting on Dave Chappelle.
Bro, and it makes me so upset because those same people canceled him.
I'm pissed off, bro. They was calling my man a crackhead, all this. Dave Chappelle was hip before this. My favorite movie with Dave Chappelle, bro, Half Baked.
True?
My favorite movie, bro.
I haven't even seen it.
You ain't seen it? Bro, you gotta watch it. And he says it. He's like, the way I wanted this movie to go is, he's like, to be honest, they made it a weed movie for kids. I was like, yo, but it's a classic movie. It's a classic movie. And I loved, like, he's my favorite comedian of all time. Because no matter what, he always talked about the problem. They canceled him. He had Dave Chappelle's show. That show was nothing about the wrong shit in America. But it was in a funny way. It was everything that's wrong. But then he had some shit in there that was like, bro, that's just funny. But it was truth, man. And if you don't come from that, looking on the outside, and you just think it's funny.
But, and it's that truth. People don't like it.
Nah.
Like, people don't, like, it's so funny because, like, when people ask me about the situation, I'm like, yo, this shit happens every year, and now you give a fuck?
But not every year. All the time. It's highlighted certain times a year. It's highlighted. Certain ones are highlighted at certain points. Let's not get into it. But it happens, bro. My brother was killed by a cop when I was in high school. For nothing. People don't understand. They're like I literally...
Brother, I want to just when you're on that, this is how real it is. That happened to your brother.
Yes.
My cousin was shot just because of who his dad was. Like, people were like, no, it doesn't happen. I'm like, this shit happens.
It happens. And you saying it doesn't happen is a part of the problem. But no one understands that. You can't cancel something because you don't understand it. Like, that's like what somebody said something. He was like, the worst thing you can do is call somebody crazy.
That's literally Dave Chappelle again.
Yeah. It's like
these people are not crazy. They're just sick.
Sick. And it's like, you can't call us crazy because we're burning down buildings and shit. Like, we are crying out for help.
We are sick of this.
Sick of this shit. Like, we've watched, like, I've watched my brother go through it. My dad told me stories. I went through it. It's not like, and I'm going through with somebody that's close to me, and I gotta stop fucking with them. Like, I made the decision, bro. I cannot fuck with you no more.
There's been a lot. I've unfriended.
But you know what hurt me,
that.
bro? And I'm gonna post this so that this person can see this. Is that it started off with you asking me what I thought.
Bro, don't.
And then you canceled everything I said. And I'm like, you came to me, motherfucker, to ask me my thoughts. I'm living this shit. And then you're gonna tell me what it is? I'm like, bro, like...
Don't.
But it was more so, I got so mad. I got mad, bro. This is probably like the maddest I've gotten in years. And I'm not that type of dude. I'm normally like, bro, I don't want people to look at this and say, oh, poor Q. But bro, I've been through a lot of shit before. Like I've probably been through a life worth of shit by the time I was 21. So it's like me getting to 21 for me was a big deal. Me making it, graduating high school was a big deal. Going to college was a big deal.
Moving country, another big deal.
Like I moved to another country by myself, leaving a child that I had in the States because it was like, I cannot help you from here, bro. Like, I gotta take a chance on me. And it was like, I thought basketball was that way. Then I got here and was like, damn, I got a bunch of opportunities that my own country won't even give
facts.
me. And then it's deeper again on this side. But I'm not gonna go into that because
it's another day.
It's another day and it's another topic. But I'm like, if you haven't, like my whole thing was, bruh, if you have not lived through this, like if you have not faced a problem in your life, fuck a problem. If you have not walked in a room and felt uncomfortable because of the color of your skin, you have no idea what is going on in the States. And that's a simple bit of it. That simple part.
But you have to start there to understand where we are over here. And people don't get it. I've had people say it to me. They're like, how do you notice that? I'm like, of course I fucking notice it. Every room you walk into, you're like, I'm like, and people like, and then some people, they're like, it's just because you're tall. I'm like, bro,
that's the
amount of times I've got
shit.
that. They're like, it's just because you're tall. I'm like, he's tall. You didn't notice him.
Right.
And then you're just like, bro, that's also been another part of why I haven't been saying shit, because I'm just like, all these people want me to say my shit, but I'm like, if I start, you're like, oh, that's not what I was talking about. It's like, nah, this is what I'm talking about, because this is why this happens. And that just caused so much frustration for me, where I was just I'll leave it alone.
Like, where you came from, bro? Like, you from...
Like, we're Ghana, West Africa.
Like, you're from the motherland, bro. Like, we had this discussion. We don't got to get deep into it. We don't got... Like, because you told me that shit, and I'm like, damn, bro, imagine what that felt like. And the fact that I can put myself in your shoes and say, damn, imagine what that would have felt like. Knowing what I've been through.
I can put myself in your shoes.
And it's not like, damn, my problems is worse than yours. It's like, damn, bro, like, imagine that.
But then you know what else? And this is why I just found it easy to say nothing, because if I asked Liam to put him, like, we could throw Liam in escape, we could throw Liam under the bus for this, because he's used to it.
Yeah.
But if I swap shoes with Liam, I wouldn't even want to do that, because I know that it would change his whole existence.
Yeah.
It would redefine all of his beliefs.
Yeah.
And like it's unfortunate, because that's not what I want for Liam.
Yeah.
Because I want what Liam's got for my child.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just hope that the day I can have a child, like, that he experiences the same upbringing as Liam and not mine.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is like, but damn, bro, hope.
That's all. Wait, but then you know what else? And then that's where
being a parent, I can't hope this for my kid. Like, I can't hope that it just happens.
You gotta make it happen.
I gotta be a part of it to show him that if it don't happen by the time it comes your turn, you gotta make it happen.
And this is everything I tried. Try some of them.
Right.
And then try more.
Yeah, and then go off. You know what I'm saying? And it's not preaching violence. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But if you have not been through it, you have no say-so on what these people is doing over there. Cause, bruh, we like.
There's a reason people are doing what they're doing.
It's a reason. And the reason ain't just to get free shoes and free shirts and clothes and shit.
But then that's also what I was about to say. Don't get it twisted. What we're talking about is there's a riot and there's a protest.
Yeah.
One evokes change, the other one's just some fucking fuckery.
Yes.
And the people participating in this fuckery, they're from all walks of life.
Yeah.
They're not just the oppressed and the unjustified ones. They're the ones actually over here protesting, telling these people to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't get it twisted. And that's the other most, this is why I fucking haven't said anything. Because people are like, what do you think of the riots? I'm like, they're just people out here doing fuckery.
They're just fucking, like, they're doing stupid shit. Like, we can all agree to that. But the one, like, y'all not hearing the ones that's actually doing it the right way.
And bro, it upset me. Like, when everyone was doing the black square, like, fuck, this is why I didn't want to go here, but we're here. But all that black square shit, when people were posting that, I was like, all you are doing is covering up what is actually happening. People are like, nah. I'm like, no, literally, you are covering up instead of me seeing what is actually happening over there so I can get a better understanding, so I know what to prepare for.
But people didn't even know what they was doing. By the time they were like, oh, no, don't do this, tag this. Bro, like, I literally was looking at my phone like, I'm drained.
Bro. And I was gonna, Poet, fucking love that man. Every A-list celebrity that was doing what we're talking about, he was calling them out for.
Yeah.
And I was like, see, that's what I want my energy to be, but I acknowledge where I live. And I think I'm one of the only few that think like this.
Yeah.
So I better just fucking...
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll wait till I can come back to this environment and actually talk about it.
But and my thing was, I respected people who didn't say nothing at all. I respected that you didn't say nothing because you were like, I don't understand it. It's not happening to me. I feel for you. Like, I feel that it's wrong.
And I get why you do that.
I get why you do that, but I can't. And I'm like, I respect that more than somebody like, fucking stop doing it. Like, I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up.
You know what?
Shut up.
But doesn't that frustrate you? It's how I actually have an understanding of what that feels like. And I'm like, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
But then there are people that have no idea what that feels like who have the most to say. It's like, fuck off. Go fake care about some other shit. And people are like, oh, but I'm like, no, serious. I'm like, go fake care over there.
Yes. Yes. Because you're not helping.
Bro, like, we literally move on from tragedy to tragedy. We just experienced the bushfires. That shit's not rebuilt. No one gives a fuck about that anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Now we worry about the next thing. Oh, coronavirus is here.
Coronavirus here. Fucking, let's all go crazy for that. Then boom, something else. Ain't nobody give a shit about corona no more. Like, I'm like, pick one. Let's pick something to be like caring about. Like,
no, fake caring about.
Yeah, fake caring about. Cause I'm like, this ain't it. Like, don't fake care. This is actually a problem. Like, this happens. And it was like, this happened to the dude, George Floyd. Where the fuck was y'all was at when it happened to Trayvon Martin and all these other people? Where was that at? No. I'm like, but I had to live through that. I had to remember that and remember being a kid, being like in basketball tournaments in West Virginia. If y'all don't know y'all geography, West Virginia is a Confederate state. So it was like
Confederate means they don't like black people.
They hate
like
black
just
people.
That simple clarification.
It was like slavery ended. They was pissed.
Yeah, they were mad.
They was pissed, and they hold a grudge.
That didn't vote for it.
They did not vote for it. They hold a grudge. We played basketball in this joint. At the end of the game, we won, and the coach was like, "Don't say nothing. Go on the bus." Bro, we had to go not take a shower, go on the bus and drive. Like, I'm saying it, y'all probably can't envision this, but think about going on a one-way road with nothing but forest next to you. No street lights, and it's like you and the other bus. And you like, please let us make it to the end of this. Imagine how that feels.
Bro, I've been in situations.
Like, if they wanted to, bro, we would have all been in them trees, bro. Like, it's that deep. And the dude that I'm talking about that I had a squabble with told me that racism is not an excuse for you to be successful, pretty much.
Which is why then I bring up the whole ism thing, because I'm like,
I'm like, it's deeper than everything. Like, it's systematic where I come from.
People
like
don't even comprehend that. You like, imagine the system that was built to support you,
but they're
is built to fucking keep people.
Why would they care that much to keep you? I'm like, I'm beating a dead horse here.
Yeah.
And I literally, like, it
you have to stop at that point.
It pained me, bro. Like, that was the first time in my life I lost sleep. And then I talking to my wife, like, thank God for my wife, who is a white woman in Australia, in Anglesey at that. Like, shout out to my wife, because you want to talk about ride or die. She been riding for your boys since before all of this bullshit. Like young, you know what I'm saying? Like, pup. So, and she's been in instances with me in the States where I got pulled over and a cop, like, she's looking. She from Anglesey. Like, y'all in Australia, y'all know what Anglesey is.
It's the beach.
Like, that's the first place I went to when I came here. Bro, you know how many looks I got was like,
bro,
Michael Jordan? Like, Will Smith? Like, these was like...
They're real comments.
These is real comments. This is real shit.
Comments. Liam's like, nodding his head because he's been there when that shit happens to me. And Liam's like, this motherfucker's stupid. I'm like, yes, Liam, but don't say anything.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to know.
And you know what? I'm like, my train of thought was like, they just think I'm famous. But was it?
Wait, let's give them the benefit of the doubt on that.
Yeah, and I tell my wife is the one that's like, nah, this shit's real here too. And I was like, nah, it's not as bad as in the States, but then it can go deeper. And I don't want to speak on Australian culture, because
wait, all I'll say is
I know I'm not from that, and I'm still learning about it myself. So if I can educate myself about another culture that has had some bad stuff happen, maybe you should too, being from here, and not just walk over it like it didn't happen.
Bro, all I'm going to say on that is, on the way to drive to pick up this young man and drop off Liam in Ocean Grove, I drive past a house, an immaculate acreage property, that's mailbox is one of those little black-faced dolls. And for people that don't know what I'm talking about, I'll edit in one of the photos right here, but that still exists in 2020. So I'm just like, what do I know? That's why I'm a different kind of genius. I don't know shit.
And to be fair, that's a bit different than my story I'm about to say, because I'm like, that kind of sounds like some plantation shit right there.
Well, you should see this property. I was like, if these people could own slaves, they would.
Yeah. Okay. Look, all right. Look, that sound like what it sound like. So you was there, I wasn't. So I'm like, that sound like it sound like. And guys, look, we're laughing about it, but this is serious.
Facts, bro.
Like, it is serious. Like I'm laughing about it because it's like, at this point to me, it's just like,
we have to laugh about it. Otherwise, we keep getting upset about it. And if we keep getting upset about it,
it's going to consume you, bro. But it's not okay.
It's not.
It's not okay. But my wife had a little doll. It was like a pilot that they called something, and it was a blackface doll. And when I seen it, I was like, "What the fuck are y'all doing in here?"
My nan had one, and I was like, "Nan, get rid of that." And she's like, "It's from a kid." I was like, "Nan, get fucking rid of it."
Yeah. And I'm like, "Yo, what is going on in here?" I'm like, what are y'all doing? And then, but honestly, like I know my wife, I know her family. They had no idea. They just were like, oh, this is a cute toy. Like big red lips. And it was like a pilot. I was like, that's a slave. I was like, that's actually a house slave. Because it's dressed nice. I was like, it's butler. It's like, burn that motherfucker. Like, get it out of here. Yeah,
bury it.
Don't
Just
burn
it properly.
Make a nice burial. Take it, like.
Don't use a cross.
Yeah.
And don't use any fire. And don't wear white.
You
I got you. Don't worry, I'll save you.
But I'm like, get it out of here. And they were so, like, they were actually, like, hurt. And they were like, we had no idea. And I'm like, that's understandable. Because I can teach and I can show you what it means. But for the people out there that are like, doesn't exist. That ignorance is no excuse.
And then I've had people ask me, they're like, why don't you always continue to educate these people? But it's what you just said. If you meet an education with ignorance,
you're
I'm not going to try.
And if you don't have, if you can, like, we all have something that's called ethics and morals. Yours is just messed up.
Sick
That's
living.
not my fault to teach you out of that.
Sick living.
Super sick. Like, that's like deceased living. It's sick living, bro. And I'm just like, yes, you don't know enough, but you don't even care to know.
You don't want to either.
You don't want to. And that's where I got, and that's why with my man, I was like, bro, I got to cut you off. And I felt bad because it was like, this is a kid that I like I like the kid. Like, he's an athlete. Like, I like it. He's got good work ethic. Yeah. Like, he was
one of the homies.
He's in the family.
Word.
So he's like in the family. So it's like now, I'm going to be that guy now. And rightfully so. I don't care. And that's where, because I was taught to always, bruh, you don't got to mess with people. Like, you don't have, like, if somebody, and that's where it kicked in. It was like, remember, if people don't respect you, you can stay away from them.
Tie that up. What do you say?
Say to.
No. You said something to start, and I'll fucking throw the alley. But go where you're tolerated.
Yeah, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. That's it. And I was like, bro, I'm not fucking with you. Like, I supported this dude. Like I supported him. Like, cool. Like, we can kick it. And it was, and with me, and I, like, when wife's gonna see this, she's gonna be like, she probably not gonna care, but she's gonna be like, damn, like, I don't see this.
Nigga, what?
But
I'll fix that.
Yeah.
I'll fix what you just said. But yeah.
But it's like, I don't care, because I feel like it's not just him that is like that.
No, and then I think what you're trying to say, because I had this situation myself, I need to put my foot down on this one so I don't have to have this conversation again.
Right.
And people don't get that. And you're like, nah, I've got to stamp this now.
Right.
So I don't have to stamp this again,
right,
and again, and again.
And then it was like, the walk with me, going back to that, was always for people that I don't give a shit what walk of life you come from. Everybody faces difficulties that they might need a bit of inspiration to get through. That's what it was for. And to have somebody on something that I've lived with my whole life and I've dealt with. And don't take this the wrong way, but there have been times in my life where I could have hated somebody for their color, or not even for the color, for who they are. Just happens that they're white. I could have gone that route, and I didn't, because I know it's not right. I know you're not the only like, you're not the majority. Like, I know there's good people out there. It's fuck that I just got to run into you along the way. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Even with police. All police ain't bad. I got friends that are police officers, in the worst cities in America. When shit happened, I had a black friend, Dom, who was, he's a police officer in Baltimore. When that shit happened in Baltimore and they protested, I was like, bro.
Stay safe.
Stay safe, bro. Like, it's rough. And then now this other stuff happened. My homie from back home, Chris, he's a police officer in New Hampshire, which is Boston. If you don't know your history about that, do it. Boston Tea Party.
Look at the Celtics basketball team when Larry Bird played. There's a reason they all look the same versus the other area, LA, where they all look the same.
Like, he's a police officer there, and I'm like, bro, I know you, and I know you a good dude. Your job, we, like the ones that know, we with you 100%. Like the ones that's in there is like, bro, you the only voice we got in that month. Like, and I know you're gonna stand up for it regardless of the outcome. And he put it simply. He was like, bro, I'm proud to put this uniform on. Like, he does a great job. And I think people get that whole thing confused. Is like, if you're a police officer, we trust you.
That's how society feels about you. Yeah. Especially here.
Like, we trust, and that's what I'm saying. But it's like, we trust you. And you can't knock us for, like, being a bit standoffish. We know not all y'all bad, but
catch a man
majority
on the
rules,
wrong
my man. Like, look, it just don't, it ain't been playing too well for y'all. Like, ball's not in y'all corner right now.
But bro, and it's so much like...
And I hate that it's like that, because there are great officers out there that try to do the right thing.
They're great individuals.
Yeah.
Let's not never label them, because we don't like to be labeled. So they're great individuals doing their job. That are good individuals.
But...
at the same time, there are heaps of bad individuals out here committing fuckery.
And it's the majority rules in this point, so... Sorry, guys. It is what it is. But I know that not all of them are bad. Not all are bad. And that's something that I've battled with. Because it happened to me.
Yeah, bro.
We did that protesting when my brother got killed. I live in the Capitol. We went to the Capitol building. We protested. They sued the police office, like the police force, all of that. Got nothing out of it.
Nothing.
But that wasn't worldwide news. That's what I'm saying.
All the time.
It was just another one.
All the time. And you know what's fucked? And it's like, it's because we follow different things. But since the 8 minutes and 46 seconds incident, there have been so many more. But then, like, the last thing I want to say about that is that Chappelle shit.
But did you hear?
Like, bro, watch that. Like, if you
I watched it like 4 times.
You can do anything.
I sent it to a million people. It was like, watch it. Don't watch it just to say you watched it. Watch it. Take it in. Listen. Interpret it. Because it's real.
And he will explain that better than me. And like, for what I was going to say, wouldn't even have done it justice, but watch it. But just remember, 8 minutes and 46 seconds. If you're in an uncomfortable situation for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, how long before you do something? Yeah. Like, how long? Like, that's a fucking long time. I have showers that go for that long. Like, the fact that I'm sitting here, help me, for that long, it's like, fuck.
Right.
Life goes on, though.
Look, bro, and that, like, and to tie that up, man, on a lighter note, there are people out there from all different races and stuff that are protesting peacefully. Mm-hmm. Whether they understand it or not, they know it's wrong.
Hey, big ups Liam. Went down to protest in Melbourne to stand up for the Aboriginal culture within Australia.
That's it, Liam. That's it. And that's another thing. I'm like, I got with one of my dudes that was Aboriginal. Like, he's
indigenous.
Stop
Australian.
calling them Aboriginals. Mm-hmm. It's offensive whether you understand it or not. Aboriginal, it means abolish original. That's offensive. And I know people are going to look at it like, oh, what do you know? Or like, oh, it's not that serious. It is that serious. Like, these things are serious because people, for some reason, don't understand trauma is passed down
through generations.
I don't know why that's such a hard thing to think about or like to comprehend. Like, if you was abused, that trauma you pass down. Like, it's a fact.
It's whether you be the abuser or you facilitate someone's abusing.
Yeah, like it passes down. And people feel it. It's called indigenous.
Or
native. Or original. Say what it is.
But one of the funniest things that Liam said about that thing, the first thing Liam told me about that protest, not many white people. You know what my response was? Welcome to Australia. For real. That was the first thing he said. He's like, I'm coming back from Melbourne. I'm like, why? He's like, went to the protest. I was like, you're braver than me. And he was just like, there wasn't many white people.
Hey, Liam, shout out, my boy.
You're braver than us.
Shout out, my boy.
But that's for him to observe that said a lot to me.
Yeah.
It said a lot to me.
And you know what? He still, like, Liam still might not understand it, but because of you, he went to try to show support the best way he could. He didn't speak on it. He went and showed support.
No, I'll give Liam credit where credit's due. He gets it.
Yeah?
Not completely all the time,
but
Liam, well enough to be like, I don't understand that.
Excuse me. I'm corrected. But I'd rather him, like, because Liam's younger than us, you know what I'm saying? So for him to be like that, it's like now he kind of like, he has a responsibility now.
That gives me faith in the future.
Yeah.
That's all that does. When I heard Liam do that shit, I was like, dope. That gives me faith for the future.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So shout out to you, my boy. Free Walk With Me sweatshirt coming your way. Coming your way, my boy.
Facts.
But yeah, like, it's real, bro. And I didn't go. I was like, it's not an excuse, but I was working. And I, like, to be honest, it's like, I did something my own way to try to help. Protesting in Australia when I couldn't protest at home kind of felt like hypocritical. And I was like, it was one of those times where I was like, I got to step back because I'm not, like, I don't know what's going on here enough to be I don't do stuff just the sake of doing it. So I met with some indigenous dudes, original dudes that actually fight regardless for their cause. And I met with them that Saturday to talk to them and say, bro, I want to learn about y'all too. Because I know it's some...
We get it.
I get what y'all went through too. And I got schooled by my mans, his pops, and they was like, bro, like, that's... Like, the fact that you said that and thought about it is like, thank you. It wasn't like I went gun-ho just to show support. It was like, bro, I'm going to the source. It's like, bro, let me know what happened.
And that's, see, because I'm from here. Not from here, but like, I was born here.
Yeah.
I spent my 25 years here. That was the most frustrating thing. The amount of people that I saw post fucking and all that shit, when I'm like, I know that you openly would disrespect an indigenous person, like, fuck all the way off. And then, like, just seeing that, and then them seeing that, and then making sure I see that, I'm like, but nah. Like, if you really want to change, like, literally, Q just gave you a blueprint. Go straight to the source, speak to the source, learn from the source.
Right.
And then you'll have a better understanding.
And I'm going to go one further. Is people confuse racism, prejudice, and stereotypes all have different meanings. You can be prejudiced like, you can say some crazy prejudices. You can say a stereotype. All black people like chicken. Nigga, there's nothing in my DNA that says that I am inclined to eat chicken. I like chicken just like everybody else. But that's a stereotype. Prejudice is saying, oh, I don't like you because whatever. Like, you're from Africa. I don't wish any ill will to you. I don't like you.
I just don't like that part of the world.
Yeah, I don't like that part of the world.
Nothing against you.
Yeah.
That's always nothing against you. You're not like them. Yeah.
That's prejudice. Racism is, I'm going to do whatever in my power to make sure that you don't succeed in life because you're black. It's racism. That's racism. Don't get the three confused. Because we're all prejudiced in our own type of way. Everybody has said something that has been prejudiced, myself included. I'm not dismissing myself. I've been in a car, driving behind a slow car, made it up. Oh, bitch, is an Asian person behind the wheel.
Or an elderly one.
Or an elderly person. Sometimes you're right. You might be right. But it's like, cool. Fuck. All right. It's not like I want you to die because you're slow on the road. And it's not right. I can say that. But I don't want that person to not succeed in life because they're slow on the road and because of whatever. Because you're old.
Or if anything, they're maybe guaranteeing that
they're
they
driving
will be
safe
on
as
their right
hell.
path. Yeah.
Maybe I should slow down. What am I in a rush for? But that's the catch-22. People look at it in different perspectives.
Exactly.
I can actually admit when I'm wrong. If I say some stupid shit, I'm like, bro, that's wrong, bro. I don't, like, come on. But people get it misconstrued. We're all prejudiced, and that's just how life has turned us.
That's what we learned.
Learn behavior. Racism, again, learn behavior. I have black children, and I have friends that have white children. My children and their children love each other. Love each other. They don't know nothing. FaceTime. I'll be at my man G's house, my boy Garthy's house, and he'll have his daughters there, and his wife, I'll hear the little girl see me. His daughter will see me. Q, where's Island? And then her mom will say, oh, you want to FaceTime Island? Yeah, FaceTime Island. Talk to him on the phone. Hi, Olive. Hi, Island. I miss you. It's learned, bro.
Then they get to school.
And then shit changed. But it's keeping that instilled in them. And it's giving that opportunity for them to then ask those questions. Why did so-and-so say this about so-and-so? And the parents not shrugging it off and say, well, so-and-so might not have learned this, but you can't say so-and-so's kid's an asshole because you just, like, come on. You can't do that to a child. You know what I'm saying? You could. But you can teach them the difference. It's like, well, do you see me treat so-and-so's dad or so-and-so's mom that type of way? Put it in a perspective that kids can understand.
We set the example.
Set the example. Don't say slick, because kids are smart, man. Don't say
That's
slick
smart.
shit and then they pick it up and you think it's funny and let it ride out until it gets they ass whooped and you like, then you mad now. Something happens because kid said something slick, got his ass whooped, and now you like, told you, I knew it. No. You did it.
You taught him it.
You caught, he got his ass because of you. He took one for you. I can go on about it, bro, but I don't want to.
Yeah, that's parenting. That's another day.
That's something else, bro. But what I'm saying is, man, what's going on in the States is real. It's serious, and it's an issue. The riots, the protests, it's not for nothing. People are sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's the same thing that happens. History is repeating itself. They're not lynching them. Like they're not lynching them.
They've gotten better at hiding it.
It's different ways now. It's a lot quicker.
Oh, it's a lot. It's a slower bleed too.
Yeah.
It's like instead of giving this man an opportunity, let's give him a real bad opportunity and just let him suffer over long periods of time.
It's real, man. And anybody that watches this knows me. I show love to everybody, and it's genuine. If you cross me, not fooling with you. I don't beef. I don't say ill things. I just stop messing with you. But I show love. And there's been times where I could not have showed love. For what? You ain't never did nothing wrong to me. Your true colors will come at some point.
And then it just holds you from experiencing a blessing that you were probably going to receive. It's like, I got no time for that. I want to experience all the blessings. It's like, you can hold that hate. Keep it in your heart. I've got enough of my own to try and let go of.
Keep it from away from me.
Facts.
I need nothing else that's sucking the energy from me. My kids need me. My wife needs me. My family in the States need me. They need me. I'm the one. Like, I'm the one. They looking at me. You the one, bro. This shit's bigger than me.
Bigger than us both.
You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than me. I'm just speaking my piece on it. And yes, I'm in Australia. Yes, I'm doing well for myself, but I earned that. You don't know the hoops and bounds I had to jump through. I'm the exception. I'm the exception.
What we want is to create us being the exception into the new normal, though.
Right.
And that's why we do what we do, to help try and create that new normal
Right.
for those about to come next.
Right. I just want to be that of service, bro, regardless. Help wherever I can.
Facts. Well, fuck. Tell the people where they can find you for that help if they ever want to message you.
Look, man, I got my page, WWM Inspired. That's WWMINSPIRED. That's on Instagram. I'm working on the website now, working on a few other things. I want to get into schools and do speeches. Like, I want to do public speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the ultimate goal, is to get in front of people and talk to them. I want to know what you feel, and I want to try to help you understand, the ones that want to know. If you don't want to know, I can't help you.
But then you're here when you're ready.
Right. You can't, like, there's only a certain point where you can ignore it for so long.
It's nuts. But you'll get there, and we'll see it.
Hey, look, bro,
We got big things happening slowly behind the scenes.
Yeah.
This is a face you'll see a bit more of. And we'll run it, and we'll see what happens.
We're going to be rocking for a long time, man. And, like, I just hope that somebody took something from this. And whether you understand it still or not, think about it. Research it. We all at home still.
Yeah, like.
You got nothing but time.
We got nowhere to go.
Yeah, before you follow what somebody else do. And be leaders, man. That's another thing. Sorry, I don't want.
No, do it.
Be leaders.
What's a leader, though?
A leader is regardless if you know something's wrong, stand up for what's right, period. Don't follow what everybody else is doing. That's positive and negative.
Come with solutions.
Come with the answer, but from yourself, not something that somebody else is thinking. Stand on your own too. Be a leader. It's one thing my dad taught me as well. It's like, bro, don't ever follow nobody. Leader. Be a leader. And there's another thing. Systematic. I had that luxury growing up. People don't know that growing up with a father is a luxury for people.
There's
like
two
me.
of us here, and only one of us experienced that.
You know what I mean? Exactly. I know. And look at you.
We trying.
You know what I'm saying? Look at you. And that's a big up to you. Because people don't know the hoops that you would have had to jump through just to get to that point. They think it's like, it's a choice. Yo, it's not a choice, man.
No, that wasn't.
It's not a choice. Something you couldn't control.
Yeah, that was someone else's choice, not mine.
Look, be a leader, bruh. And stop thinking about just yourself.
Facts.
That's all I'm going to say on it, man. That's all I'm going to say on it.
That's all we got to hit him with this time.
Yeah,
There's always the next time.
Look, we'll end it a bit more lighthearted next time, but it's just something like, I feel like now I got to start speaking on it. Because people, like, I got friends here. The majority of my friends, all of my friends here are white. All of them.
Yeah, bro, we're in Geelong. It's country.
Like, all of them.
It's country.
Like, I'm, like, and people look at me like, oh, nah, Q's cool. Everywhere I go, I'm the minority. Even in my own family, my wife's family, I'm the only minority in my son, who's only been here for 3.5 years. So it's like, bro, you need to catch up. Yeah. But I've never felt out of place, like, because of what I went through. Like, I know the difference, and I know how to read situations, things like that. And luckily, my wife's family, they want to understand. It's a difference. They don't force their opinions. They want to understand. And if something's said that I don't agree with, I don't feel uncomfortable pulling them up on it. Because they're like, oh, yeah, well, I see
Opportunity to educate.
I see it now. Cool. But it's these other people that just, golly, man.
They're the other people, bro. There's a reason they're the other people. Let them be the other people. We out here doing us.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. But look, I want to say to you, bro, you got a great platform and continue to do what you're doing.
That's the plan.
I support you regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, people need that. Like, when I first met you and we kicked it, we was walking around the city.
We were.
Like, I talked to my wife. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, just walking around the block. She was like, bullshit. I was like, with a guy? I was like, yeah. I'm like, nah, seriously. We like ate dinner and we're like walking around. We're just talking and shit. Like, we're catching up. And like, she understood. She was like, what a dude? I was like,
yeah.
What's wrong with that? But just like fucking around. But yeah, we walked around, bro, and we got to know each other, learn each other. And you told me your story. And bro, that's not nothing to, like, your story. I'm like, damn. I thought I had it bad.
Nah.
Why not?
True.
Why not? You, like, I was at an advantage, you was at a disadvantage at points. You know what I'm saying? You turned out well.
Well enough.
Exactly. But for you to like go through that and to care about and want something bigger than yourself says a lot, bro. It says a lot.
I just got to always remind myself of that. But I'm happy now. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to
bro,
not be in the house.
Look, you back in it. The space is dope. The environment's always dope. Like, when I kick it with you, Liam, my man, like, I've come into this in this time knowing what I just went through last night and could have been like, forget y'all. But it's like, not for what? Because it's not everybody. These dudes showed me love when I came in, teaching me about stuff that I didn't know nothing about. Why not?
That's what this world's for, bro.
Why not, man?
Man, Mikey says it best. Mikey from the Get Shorty Barbershop. It didn't make sense when he said it, but I get it now.
Yeah.
Each one teach one.
Yeah.
if you want to not leave this place in a fucked up state, learn and then teach one more person that.
Yeah.
And then you can move forward and you can be just like, even though it was very small and significant, but
It's
at least
not,
less
bro.
of that will happen.
It's not, bro. It's not. It's not. All it takes is like one. Like you can cause a tidal wave with something small.
You can.
Just speak to those who want to listen and hear it. Speak to everybody, but those that want to take it away, they're going to take it. And those are the ones you focus on.
Facts.
Focus your energy.
We're on the different kind of geniuses that have chosen to walk our way.
My man on it. See that? I ain't even think of that.
I got bars.
This guy, man. You just gonna throw it up there like that? You been thinking about that the whole damn time, man?
Nah, that
Jesus.
just came to me. I was just like,
Damn. You just, I'm gonna have to put that on the shirt. It's trademarked by Walk With Me. It's right.
yeah, so it's different kind of genius. Get your own product. Get your own intellectual property.
Yeah. Don't steal my magic.
Shit.
Nah, but bro, honestly, man, thank you for having me, bro.
Thank you for blessing us.
Thanks for putting me in touch with these guys, man, because, like, I can see you run with like-minded people, and that's ultimately what you got to, that's going to change things, is running with like-minded people.
Come run with us, bro.
That's it.
Come run
that's
with
it.
us.
We're going to enjoy the view, though. I was a short distance runner, so I can only run so fast for so far. But walking, I'm enjoy the view. We're gonna take it easy, man.
Bro, I've
Ain't
been
no
running
rush.
all my life.
Ain't no rush. Yeah, look,
I've been running all my life and haven't run once. It's like, let's go get it.
Absolutely, bro. Nah,
Shit.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you putting me on here, and yeah, just having like a conversation, bro. Because that's what it takes sometimes. Conversation, talk.
Opportunities to learn.
That's all. That's all.
But as we said at the start of this, we got some shit coming that won't surprise everyone because it just makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll see more of this, man. Me and Liam are back. We got Social Blight in the background cooking up something amazing.
Killer with the camera, I'm telling you.
One day he'll be in that position. I'm still poking. We'll get him one day. I think that's all we've got today. Dance next door. We got things to do.
Yeah.
You got a family to feed.
Oh, yeah.
Liam got busy man, young boy stuff to do. But aside from that, stay safe. Peace out. One love. And I'll see you all soon.